I welcome you all on YourPedia, and today I'm sitting here with Professor Ashok Agrawala in University of Maryland, and I'm very delighted and honored to be in your presence, sir. So, Professor Agrawala, you have graduated from very prestigious Indian Institute of Science, and you've done your master's also from there. After that, you did your master's and PhD again from Harvard University, and for last 50 years. You are in this very prestigious University of Maryland. So 1971 you joined this university. So it is glorious, very glorious academic journey you had in this particular country. So Professor, I want to interact with you so that your journey, little bit part of that is shared with thousands of students and my viewers on my channel.
Of course.
So I welcome you on YourPedia, Professor, and I start with the first question about you. Which part of India you are from before you came from US? How was it?
I came from Western UP,
Okay.
a town called Meerut.
Okay.
And so before going to Indian Institute of Science, I had completed my BSc degree from Meerut College, which was affiliated to Agra University. And then when I was 17, I left home and haven't gone back since for any length of time. So for 5 years after that, I was in Bangalore, finished my bachelor's and master's there. Then I came to this country in 1965 and at Harvard. So that's where I did my PhD. And believe it or not, my PhD dissertation was in what people call machine learning these days.
Okay.
But in 1970.
Okay.
So, and the other interesting part, I would say, of my journey, my BSc was physics, chemistry, mathematics, standard.
Okay.
My bachelor's degree was in electrical technology,
Okay.
machines and transmission towers and all of those things. My master's was in applied electronics and servo mechanisms before the College of Control or School of Control started at Indian Institute of Science. I came at Harvard and my coursework was all in control theory. My PhD dissertation was in pattern recognition. And then in 1971 I joined Department of Computer Science.
Okay.
This computer science department is among the very first computer science departments that were started in this country.
Okay.
Actually, the department started in 73. So when I joined in 71, I joined the Computer Science Center, which in addition to providing the computing services for the rest of the campus, was also providing the educational program for primarily masters. And then in 1973, the department started. And the interesting part in that was that in all these 50 odd years, I've never taught a course that I've ever taken in my life. So first semester I was asked to teach a course in computer organization. There were no books around at that time. And before that I used to be a Fortran programmer, reasonably good. So how do I teach a course about that? So I was attending the other section, learning the material and teaching in mine. In the class, whatever I was teaching, there was somebody who knew more than I did. So I became humble very fast. But you tell us if that's the case. Anyway, since then, I've been seriously engaged in teaching and research here. And of course, every 4 or 5 years, I keep changing my field because computer science is one of those things that keeps evolving, changing, modifying. To date, I have graduated about 50 odd PhD students. And I really take good pride that they are achieving all kinds of visibilities, notorieties, and things like that.
So, Professor, 50 long years at one place, especially in the field like computer science, which has seen huge evolution in the past 5 decades. So, what made you stick to one particular place, one particular university, all these 50 years, Professor? And you're still quite active here.
Yeah, actually, I'll be 80 tomorrow.
Yeah, it does not look like actually.
No, see, a fundamental belief that I've held is that the best place for one to work is where you can create the environment to your liking. And that's what I've successfully done around here. And so I saw no reason to go anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. I was not just trying to jump from one university to the other to the other. I would rather keep evolving this place. And you'll find my thumbprints not just in the department but also at the campus level on various things that I've been involved in.
Yeah. Professor, I have thousands of students in India, and this my next question is on behalf of those students only. There are different branches of knowledge and engineering, like students are graduating from civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and so many branches. Now there is a situation which has come, is like a lot of opportunities are coming in that domain in which you are teaching. Like computer science is providing a lot of job opportunities to students, and many students look forward to pursue some kind of specialized domain in computer science, even if they are from different domains of learning. So what is your suggestion to such students, how they can think of getting into those kind of learning modules or learning domains, even if they are from computer mechanical engineering side or something like that?
Let me answer the question in slightly broad context.
Okay.
When you take a look at knowledge, there are certain fundamentals on which we build that knowledge. And one of the fundamentals on that is mathematics. I can tell you that every single semester that I took any courses, at least one course was in mathematics. And some of the courses that I took, which I thought I'll never use, 25 years later I ended up using. Now, what is happening right now is that over the years, computer science has become one of those kinds of basic knowledge. By that knowledge, I don't mean necessarily worrying about how to design a chip or any other such thing, but taking a bigger view of what computer science is, which is in some sense a way to solve problems. Now, if you take a look at a mathematical formulation, it is showing that this is related to this by this equation, and that remains true at all times. When you prove a theorem, you say, okay, this relationship I can prove by going these kinds of steps. But ultimately, you are only proving that. So mathematics and its use is one kind of thing. How is computer science different? Here we talk about algorithms, where we say that if you solve this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then the result will be that. So this requires a different style of thinking in that. This, once you have a basic grasp of these two aspects, what your background and what your learning was is of little consequence. Okay? Whether you're coming from any of the engineering disciplines, or you're coming from social sciences, or you're coming from medicine, this kind of thinking and learning you can apply in any of them. So when you talk about the kinds of big name things that are coming these days, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data sciences, these are just different labels that we are talking about in terms of providing certain of these capabilities and making you familiar with what's going on in coming up with the same kind of algorithmic structures. So, to the students who want to get into AI or data sciences, if you are getting into it simply because you think there are far too many jobs, that in my opinion is not the best motivation. Sure, it's a motivation. But you have to have the passion to learn about it. But passion you have to learn in terms of what? Your inquisitiveness in being able to solve problems in a particular domain. So what is more important is the kinds of problems that you want to solve. Okay? And for that, whatever knowledge you need, you can do that.
So wonderful explanation, Professor. So these are technologies which must be used to solve some real world problem related to their own field of knowledge.
Whatever the field of knowledge. And the other part that I cannot emphasize enough to any of the students who may be looking at it. The time has come where our learning never stops. We have to have a passion for lifelong learning. So at a college, all you learn is how to learn. And then you apply that for the rest of your knowledge. Those times are gone that you did your bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and for the rest of the life you just worked on that at some electricity board or some such thing. Those times are gone. Now the technology is evolving at a fast pace and there are so many things to learn in the world. So if we can sustain that passion for learning, I have no doubt that we all can be very successful in any endeavor that we undertake.
Wonderful. Professor, last two questions.
Yeah.
And this one is my favorite questions for you.
Mhm.
And that is, tomorrow you are going to be 80, as you said.
Mhm.
Professor, at the age of 80, leading such a active and dynamic career, academic career,
Mhm.
Many people think of getting retired at the age of 60.
Mhm.
You are still working. So what is
My students have retired.
Yeah. so what is motivation and what is the vision you have kept for yourself?
Well, there are two aspects. One is, of course, God's grace to have enough health and all that. But second aspect is I've always been extremely inquisitive.
Okay.
To try to learn about new things and new kinds of things. And today I'm not going to tell you all kinds of things that I'm involved in today.
Yeah.
But that's a separate topic. So that keeps me going. And the second aspect is that now my primary passion is to work with younger people.
Okay.
And ignite the passion in them
Wonderful.
for the research and for the other thing. And so I have this group of interns, unpaid,
Okay.
but they work their tail off.
Okay.
There are other kinds of people who are working with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what keeps me sustained.
Yeah. So my next question was related to this only, Professor. The age at which you are, the kind of knowledge which you have right now, giving back to the community, giving back to the students' community in the form of your learning, that is a wonderful idea. Many students would like to know that by what way they can get benefited from you through internship, whatever you said, and how they can learn from person like you. They can get their learnings from people like you.
See, let's take a look at what it takes to learn.
Yeah.
One thing that you require to learn is the passion to learn.
Yes.
And from what I remember of going to school in India, that passion doesn't get engendered that easily.
Yes.
So once you have to look inside yourself and see if you have that kind of passion. Once you have that kind of passion, then people like me can only point you to the direction that you can take. Heavy lifting you have to do. So are you willing to do that heavy lifting? Are you willing to commit the effort that may be required? Which will be over and above whatever courses you are taking or whatever work you are doing, etc., etc. So it depends pretty much on that. Once you have that kind of passion, mechanisms will come in your way. They will be available.
Professor, my last question is what message you have for the students in India who aspire to come to this country and explore the opportunity for them in this country?
For many in India, this country becomes supreme because their knowledge about this country is highly single-sided. You can be a successful person no matter where you are. So, for that, the essential ingredients are your inquisitiveness, your initiative, your hard work, and your ability to learn.
Yes.
Now, if you want to come to this country, clearly this has lots of opportunities, lots of them.
Yes.
But you are among one of multiple thousands who want to come. So how do you distinguish yourself? So that's the distinction part that you have to bring out in your record, in the way you communicate, in the way you conduct yourself, etc.
Wonderful. It was a great session, Professor, with you, and we all, me and on behalf of thousands and lakhs of my students and people from India, we wish you all the very best, Professor. You have made the name of India, you have brought a big name to India being in this country. Last year this university celebrated 50 glorious academic years of your presence in this university. We wish you all the very best, sir. We wish you best of your health, and we keep on seeking guidance from people like you in future. Thank you, Professor.